Have you ever paused in the middle of your busy day and asked yourself, is there a love so deep, so unbreakable, that nothing I've ever done could push it away? Let this question echo in your heart for a moment. Allow it to open a quiet space within you, a place where hope can take root and faith can blossom. I speak to you now in that silent chamber of your soul, offering words of warmth, promise, and renewal. I see you as you are, and I have loved you before your very first breath. I continue to love you in every second that follows, regardless of how far you believe you've drifted, no matter how unworthy you might feel. There is a home where you belong, a sanctuary that stands waiting for you. If you allow these words to sink in, you will sense a gentle stirring, a reminder that I have never left and never will. And so I begin this long journey of words by inviting you to rest, to discover, and to believe once again in a future filled with hope. I want to speak to your heart the way sunlight spills across a new dawn, soft, radiant, and full of promise. Perhaps you feel you have wandered too far, stumbled too often, or lost yourself in the noise of life's disappointments. Yet even in the depths of uncertainty, a part of you has always sensed my love, like a small light flickering in the distance. You have tried to extinguish that light at times, thinking you were unworthy, or that I could not possibly care for someone who has made so many mistakes. But let me assure you, that whisper of love, that gentle warmth deep inside, is no accident. It is real. It has always been real. And it is calling you back to the place where you are cherished beyond measure. You may wonder, how can I be loved if I have failed so many times? Or, if I feel so broken, how can I possibly return to a love that expects perfection? Let me gently answer, I do not demand perfection. I see your heart, the quiet desire you have to find solace and acceptance. I have witnessed every tear, every heartbreak, every moment of doubt. In times when you believed I was absent, I was still by your side, guarding your steps and tenderly waiting for the right moment to speak to you in a way your heart could receive. Even when you were convinced you had no faith, you were still reaching out to something greater than yourself. And I heard you. I see beyond what you think are your limits. I see the hidden capacities within you, the endless potential for goodness, compassion, and renewal. No distance is too great, no mistake is too large to outshine the love I hold for you. Confusion can feel like a fog that clouds your every decision, making you second-guess your worth and your direction. In those times, it's natural to wonder if I have truly heard your cries. You prayed for changes. You prayed for rescue. Yet your life did not seem to transform overnight. People you trusted walked away. Circumstances didn't align with your hopes. Your heart was left aching, questioning, and hurt. But let me remind you of something crucial. I do answer, always in the perfect time. If you look back carefully, you will notice moments when grace broke through your despair. That friend who offered encouragement just when you felt most alone. That sudden notion of peace washing over you after a restless night. Each of those instances was not an accident. They were the quiet footprints of my presence, guiding you toward a deeper understanding of hope. Tonight, as you lay your head on the pillow, prepare your heart for something beautiful. If you open your spirit to believe once more, you may find that your dreams become a doorway, a place where the troubles that weigh you down begin to dissolve. You might see yourself standing next to a river so clear it reflects your true essence. You'll notice each ripple carrying away your worries, your anger, your regrets. In that serene place, you'll see me reach out, my arms extended, welcoming you to walk upon the surface that mirrors your soul. You'll feel the chill of the water on your feet, but you'll also sense warmth in your heart as every doubt and fear is gently washed away. When morning comes, your body might still remember those steps of faith. You'll awake feeling lighter, as though a tremendous burden has been lifted off your back. That release is my gift, for anyone who dares to believe again, even if just for a moment. When tomorrow's sun rays filter into your room, take a slow, deep breath and ask yourself, could today mark the beginning of my fresh start? Watch how your heart will softly nod in agreement if you allow hope to dwell within. In that simple act of opening your eyes to the daylight, realize that I have been working through the night, healing unseen wounds, rearranging outcomes, and preparing blessings that await you. This is the reward for those who acknowledge their mistakes, yet refuse to give up on the power of faith. It's the promise for those who choose to believe that no matter how rocky the road behind them, there is a path ahead that leads to peace. You do not need to wander from place to place, seeking validation or kind words from countless voices. You can stand still and open your heart right here, right now, and I will be more than enough. My presence is constant, a boundless love that envelops your spirit. If you can receive it, if you can let your heart accept the truth of how deeply you are cared for, you will find that emptiness replaced by a gentle sense of purpose. When the nighttime arrives again, your sleep can be peaceful, secure in the knowledge that I guard you like a strong, protective home. And when you dream, I will meet you there, showing you glimpses of the wonders that await a soul that is willing to trust. Day after day, you have carried sadness, disappointment, and a sense of frustration on your back. These weights have prevented you from seeing beyond your current struggles. They've made you believe that you deserve nothing better, that your life must remain a cycle of the same mistakes and regrets. But I come now to remove those heavy burdens. If you let me, I will free your shoulders from the oppressive thoughts that keep you bent low. You will walk upright, feeling the warmth of a renewed spirit coursing through your veins. You'll realize that your past does not need to define your future. Your identity is shaped by something far grander than your errors. It is shaped by a love that endures even when you doubt it most. Perhaps you once had faith, but discovered that people you counted on turned away. Broken trust can be devastating. It can make you question whether faith is worth holding on to. However, true faith does not rely on the approval or loyalty of others. It is grounded in something far more steadfast. If your faith feels like a tiny candle flame flickering in a storm, know this. Even the smallest flame can glow in absolute darkness. You are invited to rekindle what has grown dim and fan it into a brilliant fire. Accept your failings, but also accept that I can restore and mend what is broken. Your faith, once revived, will become a beacon, shining not just for you, but for those around you who have also stumbled in the shadows. You may have searched for warmth in places that offered only illusions. You've sought attention and comfort in arms that were not made to hold your precious spirit. And these pursuits might have left you feeling emptier than before. Yet here, in this safe harbor, you will find a love that never exhausts itself. If you agree to move forward with my guidance, you will no longer need false refuges. You'll learn to stand with quiet confidence, no longer dependent on empty words or harmful attachments. Negative influences, toxic habits, and those who belittle your worth will have no power over you because your heart will be anchored in something unshakable. It's time to let go of the old ways that have kept you bound. Just as one removes garments stained by mud and tears, rid yourself of bitterness, rage, and self-condemnation. Imagine your heart being cleansed, made soft and new. This change will not arrive through mere willpower, but by accepting my compassion and my willingness to walk beside you. When you awaken each day, you will sense a fresh perspective. Even the sunbeams that filter through your windows may appear brighter, as if the entire world is reflecting the lightness of your spirit. Let this renewal inspire you to treat yourself with gentleness, to smile when you see your reflection, and to realize you are more than your past mistakes. In this intimate relationship we share, I know you more deeply than you know yourself. You might have labels that the world has placed upon you: failure, disappointment, or lost cause. But those are not your name. I have a special name for you, one that speaks of promise and unwavering affection. If you quiet the turmoil inside, you might hear me call that name softly, often in the early morning when your mind is still at peace. That gentle call is a reminder that you belong to a love that surpasses every limitation. Embrace this truth, for in it, you will find the courage to stand strong against anything that threatens to steal your joy. You stand on the threshold of a time filled with change. Not all change is easy, and some may come wrapped in challenges that stretch your patience. Yet with each sunrise, I equip you with what you need: strength, wisdom, resilience. If new conflicts or trials appear, do not be alarmed. Rise to meet them, knowing you are never alone in the struggle. There are hidden blessings in every difficulty, lessons that shape your character and lead you toward greater wholeness. Trust that every roadblock can be transformed into a pathway, every stumbling stone into a step upward, if you walk forward with faith. Move at a pace that honors both your goals and your need for rest. In a world that urges you to rush, to seize everything instantly, I offer a calmer approach. Take life one day at a time. You do not have to hurry or scramble in desperation for success or approval. Let each day become an opportunity to learn, to sow seeds of kindness, and to nurture the relationships that matter most. In this gentle, consistent effort, you will uncover the beauty of gradual growth. Like a tender plant turning toward the sun, your heart will reach for hope, thriving steadily under my watchful care. Think of each decision, each kind word, each selfless act as a seed you plant in fertile ground. Some days, you will plant with laughter and joy, delighted by the sunshine overhead. Other days, tears may water the soil, as sorrow shapes your heart into something more compassionate. Regardless of the emotions that accompany your sowing, remember that a harvest is promised. Your patience will not be in vain. Little by little, the seeds will sprout into blessings. Opportunities will arise, solutions will become clear, and your heart will overflow with gratitude for the growth you witness. One of the greatest gifts you can give yourself is to entrust the future into my hands. You need not carry the weight of worries about tomorrow. Overthinking, overplanning, and trying to control every outcome only drains your present joy. Instead, place those concerns at my feet. Recognize that I see the bigger picture, weaving solutions and blessings in ways you cannot yet imagine. In letting go, you free your heart to enjoy the wonders of today. You discover a peaceful reliance on the steady promise that things can and will work out for your good in my perfect timing. In your quest for purpose, do not neglect the loved ones I have placed in your life. These people, whether family or dear friends, are treasures meant to remind you that you do not walk alone. Let go of resentment or a sense of isolation. No matter how independent you are, everyone needs a comforting presence, a helping hand, and companionship through life's seasons. Listen to them, value their words, and share your heart with them. At the same time, keep your reliance upon my unwavering devotion. People are gifts, but the foundation of your soul must rest on a love that never fails. It's easy to be impressed by those who seem outwardly successful, or to look down on those who appear to have nothing. But remember that appearances can be deceptive. Some who dress in finery are burdened with poverty of spirit, while others dressed simply have treasures of peace and wisdom beyond measure. Look beyond what your eyes see. Cultivate humility, recognizing that your own worth does not hinge on wealth or status. When you meet strangers on the road of life, be open-hearted. You may entertain messengers of light who come dressed in the most unassuming attire. Never let pride blind you to the hidden beauty in others. There will be days when discouragement knocks at the door, and you'll feel tempted to doubt my words. That's when you must hold on to the truth I speak. Let my promises become a living force inside you, sustaining your hope. Write them down if you must. Recite them quietly when you feel alone. Let them serve as an anchor in the storm. My message is not complicated. It's built on a foundation of love and redemption. If you cling to it with faith, you will witness changes that defy human logic. It will be a sign of the power that rests in sincere belief. Think about the critical choices you face at this stage of your life. You want to make them carefully, ensuring they lead you closer to the life you long for. Seek my guidance. Take a moment each morning to quiet your mind, to read from the words that bring clarity and light. Reflect before acting, weigh the potential outcomes, and ask for my wisdom to illuminate the path. When you approach decisions in this manner, calm, prayerful, and thoughtful, you invite blessings into every step you take. And if you stumble, do not despair. Keep going, for even your missteps can turn into valuable lessons that mold you into someone stronger and wiser. In a world that values wealth, fame, and power, you might worry about your social standing or your financial security. Yet I tell you, there is a treasure more valuable than all these combined: a heart at peace. When you live aligned with compassion, grace, and a recognition of your worth in my eyes, your heart becomes light. Anxiety and fear lose their grip. You stand firm in your identity, unshaken by the unpredictable winds of the world. This peace, this sense of settled assurance, is like a fortress for your mind and spirit. It protects you from worry, from a relentless chase that never satisfies. Hold on to this treasure and share it with those around you, allowing its glow to guide them toward something more enduring than fleeting success. Your heart is precious, shaped by challenges, refined by trials, and illuminated by those moments where you have shown kindness instead of anger. You may not always see your own growth, but I do. And I'm here to remind you, it's your humility, your willingness to serve others, and your openness to learning that make you a remarkable person. Arrogance erodes relationships and hinders wisdom. Humility, on the other hand, is the posture that keeps you teachable and soft-hearted. Humility does not mean thinking less of yourself. It means understanding that every person, yourself included, carries a divine imprint, deserving of love and respect. One of the hardest things you might wrestle with is forgiveness, both extending it to those who have hurt you and granting it to yourself. Yet forgiveness is essential for your freedom. Holding on to grudges and bitterness is like drinking poison while hoping someone else suffers. All it does is harm your own heart. Let me help you release that resentment, to set yourself free from the chains that unforgiveness wraps around your spirit. As you learn to forgive, you'll feel an incredible weight lift. Your mind will clear, and space will open in your heart for new joy. It might not happen overnight. It might take repeated decisions to let go. But each step you take toward forgiveness is a step into deeper healing. Look in the mirror not with the eyes of criticism, but with a gaze of love. You are not defined by yesterday's slip-ups or by the negative labels others have imposed. You hold an inner beauty that radiates through how you speak, how you care for others, and how you rise after each fall. Even your smallest acts of empathy shine a brilliant light. This beauty is reflected in your smile, in your kindness, in the way you carry yourself with gentle dignity. Invite this goodness to overflow in every area of your life, your work, your relationships, even the care you give to your home. Through these acts of nurturing, you reflect a heart committed to bringing peace and upliftment wherever you go. If this is your first time truly hearing these words, welcome. You may wonder, how can I trust a love I cannot physically see? Look at the silent witnesses in your own life. Moments of unexplainable hope, answered prayers you once labeled coincidence, or even the spark of possibility when life seemed darkest. Each of these is a testimony that you are not alone. Each is proof that the intangible can be the most real thing you will ever encounter. Let curiosity lead you to a deeper quest. Open your heart daily, even if just for a few moments, to sense my nearness. Over time, the intangible will become a comforting friend, and faith will feel as natural as breathing. Growth rarely happens all at once. A seed does not become a towering tree overnight. Just as the seed requires soil, water, and sunlight, you also need nurturing for your soul, moments of stillness to listen, words of truth that strengthen your faith, and supportive community to cheer you on. Expect setbacks, for even the tallest trees endure storms. Yet with each storm, their roots grow deeper. In the same way, your struggles can deepen your character. Embrace the process with patience, trusting that each day you are growing closer to who you were designed to be. In your mind, you carry so many worries about finances, relationships, health, and the unpredictable nature of the future. Imagine if you could gently lay those concerns into my hands. Picture yourself letting go of every fear, feeling a wave of calm wash over your body. This is not escapism. It's an acknowledgement that some things are beyond your control, but never beyond mine. Whenever anxiety creeps in, close your eyes for a moment and remember that you have a place to go, a refuge where your burdens can be lifted. This act of surrender opens a doorway for new ideas, solutions, and opportunities to enter your life. Difficult circumstances may still arise. Loss, disappointment, and doubt can show up unannounced, but these do not have the final say. When darkness knocks, remember that the smallest spark of light can break it. Your spark is your choice to believe that adversity is temporary, that every tunnel has a light at its end. Do not let despair convince you that this is where your journey ends. Instead, treat challenges as stepping stones, each one a chance to discover a stronger, more resilient version of yourself. And always recall that I am a companion who never abandons you in the shadows. Your home, no matter how large or small, can be a haven of peace. Clear away any chaos that hinders calmness. Let love become the central theme in every room. Try speaking words of encouragement often, placing reminders of gratitude where you can see them daily. Nourish the relationships under your roof. Pray for each other, uplift each other, and remain patient in moments of tension. As you do so, you'll find that your household transforms into a refuge, not just for you, but for all who enter. It becomes a place where kindness greets every visitor, and where my peace settles like a warm blanket at the end of a long day. Some have tried to convince you that you are under a curse, or that malevolent forces are plotting your downfall. Such words, fueled by superstition or malice, can grip your heart with unnecessary fear. Let me assure you that no curse or dark power can stand against a heart that is aligned with my love and truth. When you live with integrity and faith, no negativity can take permanent hold of your spirit. Let go of fear. Stand firm, knowing that your soul is shielded by a promise that has stood the test of time. You are watched over, protected, and treasured beyond measure. In moments of doubt, look back. Recall those times you faced seemingly insurmountable obstacles yet somehow found a breakthrough. Think of the miraculous alignments that occurred: a phone call from someone just when you needed encouragement, an unexpected job offer when your finances were dire, or a sudden burst of inspiration that led you to a solution you hadn't seen before. These were not coincidences. They were signs of my hand, quietly orchestrating good things in your life. Let these memories serve as reminders that if it happened once, it can happen again. Do not allow the voice of skepticism to erase what you have already witnessed. You might feel unworthy of extraordinary blessings. You might question, why me? But I ask, why not you? I wish to give you beautiful gifts, not just material provision, but gifts of inner transformation, restored relationships, and clear purpose. Approach each gift with humility and gratitude, always remembering that blessings are best used to help others as well. The more you share, the more room you make in your own heart for renewed joy. Generosity multiplies blessings, turning them into rivers of goodness that flow into many lives. One obstacle to receiving deeper blessings is the habit of negative thinking or speaking. Complaints, resentments, and gloomy imaginations can cast a thick cloud over your life. This cloud obscures hope and drains your energy. Choose to break free from this pattern. Recognize each negative thought as it arises and gently replace it with a statement of hope. I believe good things are possible, or I trust that a better solution is on its way. Over time, you'll create a new atmosphere within yourself, one of expectancy and optimism. This positive shift invites the expansion of faith and the arrival of greater blessings. Family bonds can be both a source of immense joy and deep pain. The people you love most can wound you in ways strangers never could. Nevertheless, these individuals hold a unique place in your life. Your concern for them is not unnoticed. You cannot force them to change or believe, just as you cannot force a seed to grow by pulling on it. But you can pray for them, speak kindly to them, and model a steady faith. Over time, hearts that seem like barren soil can turn fertile, blossoming into something vibrant and full of grace. Do not give up on those you love. Persevering in compassion while maintaining healthy boundaries can open doors for reconciliation and trust. Sometimes love also means letting go. If your children or family members choose paths different from yours, it might burden your heart with worry. But remember, they too must learn and discover their own way. Lay aside the desire to control every outcome. Instead, place them in my care. Stop wrestling with guilt or the notion that you have failed as a parent, sibling, or child. Each soul has a journey. Faithfully pray for your loved ones. Stand ready to help when they genuinely seek it. And trust that I am working in their lives as I have worked in yours. This release might feel like a leap in the dark at first, but it ultimately leads to a deeper sense of peace for everyone involved. Part of loving others is respecting their autonomy and expecting them to respect yours in return. It's not cruel to set boundaries that protect your own well-being. If certain relationships bring constant harm or manipulation, you can distance yourself without severing the bonds of love in your heart. You're allowed to protect your emotional and mental space to say no to situations that suffocate your peace. This doesn't contradict compassion. It honors the healthy structure that every relationship needs. Seek wisdom in deciding how best to interact with those who repeatedly choose harmful behaviors. Maintain a posture of openness, but guard your heart from being crushed over and over. Your children may test your patience, pushing boundaries you thought were unbreakable. Teenagers might rebel, while adult children might make decisions that clash with your values. Keep in mind that no child is beyond hope. Remember your own story. How many times did you wander off the path? Yet here you are, drawn by love, forgiven, given countless chances. Show that same grace to them. Establish consequences with love. Address harmful choices firmly yet kindly. And anchor your hope in the knowledge that your prayers can reach places your words cannot. After a lifetime of trying to handle everything on your own, you might be exhausted. It's understandable. You weren't meant to shoulder every burden single-handedly. Let me be your strength. When you feel overwhelmed, pause and say, I cannot do this alone. Please help me. Such honesty is not weakness. It is the bravest act of surrender. Through this openness, you pave the way for remarkable breakthroughs. You begin to see solutions you never noticed before. You discover supportive friendships you didn't realize you had. You find a sense of calm that surpasses your former anxieties. Little by little, you learn that relying on me does not make you powerless. It enriches your life with an invisible but unbreakable support. Life can deliver unexpected blows, illnesses, financial crises, heartbreak, or the loss of someone dear. In these valleys, it's natural to feel defeated, to question your faith, or to lament the unfairness. But take comfort in this. Pain, while acute, is not eternal. Healing is real, and every wound can become a place where empathy and compassion blossom. Your suffering might open your eyes to the hardships of others. It could stir in you a desire to reach out, to be present for someone else, and to create a community of love that unites people in their trials. In doing so, you transform pain into a force for unity and understanding. Have you ever thought about the power of waking up each day? Each sunrise is a second chance, a fresh page waiting for you to write a new chapter. Mistakes that once haunted you do not have to determine your tomorrow. You're free to start anew, to approach life with a clean perspective. When regret begins to tug at your heart, remind yourself, today is a gift. I can make choices that move me closer to love and forgiveness. Over time, you may look back and see how these small daily resets have led to monumental transformation. You'll realize that second chances are not just an occasional miracle, they are offered to you every single morning. As you change, not everyone will understand or support your journey. Some might mock your shift toward hope and faith, belittling it as a phase or questioning your sincerity. Do not let this discourage you. The path to a brighter future is not determined by the opinions of onlookers. Continue walking steadily, rooted in the understanding that your transformation is authentic, grounded in love and perseverance. Over time, your changed life will speak louder than any skeptical words. Your patience, kindness, and unshakable peace will stand as the strongest testimony of the remarkable work happening within you. You have heard many words of encouragement and guidance. It's time to put them into action. Longing for change without taking practical steps will leave you in the same place. Let these words spur you to do something different today. Whether it's a small act of kindness for a neighbor, a heartfelt apology to someone you hurt, or a commitment to carve out quiet time for reflection. Do not let procrastination rob you of progress. Even a tiny step is significant if taken with sincerity. Start now and keep going, trusting that each choice made in faith will be met by my unwavering support. It's easy to forget our conversation when life's busyness rushes in. That's why developing a habit of daily connection is crucial. Set aside a few minutes each morning or evening to sit in stillness, reflect on your day, and invite my presence. Read words of truth that uplift your heart, sing a song of praise, or silently meditate on the promise of love that covers you. Regular connection strengthens your ability to stay anchored when storms come. It reminds you that you're never alone, that there's a deeper narrative guiding your life, a narrative of redemption, growth, and continual grace. I see your talents and your dreams, the aspects of your personality that make you unique. Sometimes you doubt if there is a meaningful purpose for your life. Let me reassure you, there absolutely is. Your combination of gifts, passions, and experiences was not formed randomly. There are endeavors and relationships in which only you can shine in the special way that you do. Look for signs of alignment, moments where your abilities meet the needs around you, and your heart comes alive with compassion or creativity. That sense of fulfillment is an indicator pointing you toward the path of your calling. Follow it with courage, trusting that I am guiding your steps. You might be surprised at how your journey, flaws, failures, and victories all included, can inspire another soul in darkness. Sharing your testimony of stumbling and rising might seem vulnerable, but it can be a powerful light for someone who feels alone in their struggles. Authenticity has a magnetic quality, breaking barriers and drawing hearts together. By telling your story of how love found you in brokenness, you give others permission to believe that love can also find them. This is how you become a beacon, carrying hope wherever you go and reminding people that transformation is not just a concept, but a lived reality. Everyone faces negativity, either from external voices or the ones inside your head. The key is recognizing it for what it is, a fog that obscures the brightness of truth. When negative thoughts appear, learn to challenge them. Ask, is this absolutely true, or could there be a more hopeful perspective? You have the power to choose which thoughts you nurture. A mind trained to see the good in every situation becomes more creative and resilient in problem solving. Over time, you'll notice that what once felt like an oppressive gloom will disperse more quickly, replaced by the steady light of optimism and faith. Patience is far more than waiting. It is a posture of confidence in the unseen. It's easy to be patient when results come quickly, but genuine patience shines brightest during prolonged uncertainty. Whether you're waiting for reconciliation in a strained relationship, a breakthrough in your career, or a resolution to a personal struggle, patience accompanied by hope is never wasted. Each day of patient trust strengthens your character, preparing you to handle the blessings you seek. By the time you receive what you've been waiting for, you will be able to cherish it wholeheartedly, recognizing the growth you underwent in the process. Sometimes, the people or habits around you can slowly drain your joy and corrode your spirit. Guarding your heart means identifying these influences and making tough decisions if needed. This might involve stepping away from certain friendships, limiting the time you spend in negative environments, or breaking habits that lead you away from the person you want to be. Such choices can be painful, especially when they involve people you care about. But remember, you are safeguarding your capacity to love and to live fully. By setting appropriate boundaries, you allow yourself to flourish and become someone who can better bless others in the long run. We all have hidden wounds, some inflicted by others, some self-inflicted through poor choices or self-criticism. Let my love penetrate those tender spots. Imagine warm light entering the darkest corners of your heart, revealing hurts you've pushed aside or tried to hide behind pride. This is not to shame you, but to heal you. When you face these wounds with honesty and openness, you give me permission to mend them. The result is a freer, lighter spirit, no longer weighed down by the baggage of unresolved pain. Healing might be a journey, but every step forward is a testimony that hope triumphs over sorrow. Worship or praise isn't just about singing songs or uttering certain words. It's a state of heart that chooses gratitude even in hardship. When you praise in the storm, you shift your focus from the magnitude of your troubles to the magnitude of hope. This doesn't minimize real problems. It maximizes the power of faith to endure and overcome. Through genuine praise, sorrow is not suppressed but transformed. Tears can coexist with a confident hope, each drop watering the seed of deeper trust. It might feel counterintuitive, but praising in the storm can usher you into a place of clarity, strength, and peace that surpasses what your mind alone can comprehend. Your transformation is never in isolation. As you shed negativity, embrace forgiveness, and cultivate kindness, the atmosphere around you shifts. Family members notice. Friends are drawn to the newfound calm in your voice. Even strangers might feel a subtle warmth radiating from your presence. In a world where stress and cynicism often dominate, a person at peace with themselves stands out like a beacon of light. Do not underestimate the ripple effect of living in alignment with love. Your personal growth can ignite change in others' lives, sometimes without you even saying a word. They will observe, they will sense the genuine shift, and many will be curious to learn the source of your peace. You have asked for breakthroughs. You have prayed for abundance. But large blessings require a heart ready to manage them. If a blessing arrives too early, it can be squandered or misunderstood. That's why I gently work on your inner readiness, teaching responsibility, generosity, and wisdom. Each lesson you learn is a building block, constructing a steady platform for the blessing you will receive. Reflect on situations in your past where you gained something quickly, but lost it just as fast. Contrast that with areas where you took time to grow, and you still retain the fruit of that growth today. This is how you learn the value of proper timing. Patience also involves deepening your roots. Like a sturdy tree that weathers each season, you too must fortify your foundation. Nurture your spirit regularly, pray in earnest, reflect on words of hope, surround yourself with uplifting influences, and engage in acts of compassion. These are the nutrients that help you stand firm when storms of adversity come. With strong roots, you won't be easily toppled. Instead, each tempest will serve to strengthen your resilience, demonstrating the depth of your faith and the reality of the love that sustains you. Too often, you might think of yourself as expendable or insignificant, but I want you to know how precious you truly are. You are cherished in a way that transcends human affection. This love does not falter when you err or fade when you feel low. It is consistent, everlasting. It wraps around every aspect of who you are, your quirks, your struggles, your triumphs, and even your hidden doubts. Embrace this knowledge, for it will embolden you to walk with confidence. When you move through life convinced of your worth, fear loses its foothold, and you become free to pour that same unwavering love into others. Every challenge can be seen as a test or a stepping stone. The perspective you choose influences your outcome. If you view tests with dread, you may miss the growth they offer. Instead, see each test as an invitation to develop deeper wisdom, patience, or empathy. Keep your eyes open for the lessons embedded in every difficulty. Overcoming one challenge prepares you for the next. In this process, you gather insights that shape you into a person capable of larger responsibilities and more significant influence. With each test passed, you advance toward a destiny that includes not just your own fulfillment, but the ability to guide others. You might be carrying guilt over missed opportunities or broken relationships. Perhaps you feel it's too late to mend certain parts of your life. Yet I assure you, restoration is possible. Lost time can be redeemed through purposeful living now. Damaged relationships can be repaired through humble apologies and consistent kindness. Even dreams you thought were dead can sprout anew in the soil of unwavering hope. Restoration doesn't always mean returning things to what they once were, but rather making them flourish in a new, unexpected way. Trust in the possibility of redemption, for it is more real than the cynicism that claims otherwise. In a society driven by grand achievements, it's easy to overlook the smaller milestones of progress, but never underestimate the power of small, consistent victories. Overcoming a single negative thought, resisting one harmful habit, or extending a moment of grace to someone who hurt you, these are not trivial. They are steps on a path that leads to a life of peace and strength. Acknowledge each of these small triumphs. Celebrate them. They represent the seeds of greatness, the building blocks of a lasting transformation. Before you know it, they will accumulate into something you once believed was impossible. When you embrace the posture of receiving and giving freely, you unlock a cycle of blessing. Holding on to possessions, opportunities, or relationships too tightly can create anxiety, as you fear losing them. Instead, live with open hands. Receive what comes with gratitude and release what must go with faith. Trust that new gifts will arrive in due season. This approach fosters an abundance mindset, liberating you from the grip of scarcity. It helps you remember that all good things can be multiplied, especially when shared in love. Maybe you've tried multiple times to reboot your life, only to slip back into the same patterns. Don't be disheartened. Real transformation often involves multiple attempts. Each restart can be more informed than the last, enriched by the lessons you gleaned from previous stumbles. Allow me to stand beside you in those moments when you decide enough is enough. Draw on my strength to persevere beyond your initial excitement. Maintain accountability through friends or mentors who genuinely want your success. Most importantly, never forget that every day you wake up is another chance to grow closer to the vision you hold for your life. Perhaps you long for grand revelations or dramatic signs that confirm you are on the right path. While remarkable miracles do happen, don't ignore the subtle everyday wonders. The warm smile of a loved one, the gentle breeze on a sunny day, the comforting taste of a shared meal. Each can carry traces of my presence. These moments, seemingly small, weave together the evidence of grace that covers your life. The more you train your eyes to see them, the more you'll realize that the extraordinary often comes wrapped in the ordinary. Your words hold immense power, able to either uplift or tear down. Choose them wisely, especially when addressing those who look up to you. A single kind phrase given at just the right moment can alter the trajectory of someone's day or even their life. Be mindful also of how you speak about yourself. Instead of reinforcing negativity, like "I'm useless" or "I can't ever change," use words that affirm growth and potential. This simple shift can create a more nurturing internal environment, boosting your resilience and optimism. The world around you can be turbulent. Conflicts arise, economies fluctuate, and news of disasters can flood your mind with worry. Yet you are invited to walk in peace that defies external turmoil. This peace isn't born from denial, but from a deeper knowing that you are held in a love stronger than any storm. Fill your thoughts with reminders of hope. Surround yourself with people who encourage faith instead of fear, and anchor your heart in the assurance that nothing can separate you from my devotion. Even in chaos, you can be an agent of calm, embodying the tranquility this world so desperately seeks. Seriousness has its place, but do not neglect laughter and merriment. Joy is a powerful medicine for the soul, rejuvenating your spirit and restoring perspective. When laughter bubbles up from your heart, it's a sign of release, a proclamation that you refuse to be chained by despair. Embrace moments of silliness and amusement. They, too, are gifts that lighten your burdens and remind you of life's simple pleasures. In those moments, you'll feel a childlike freedom, a testament that no matter how old you grow, you can still find wonder in the simplest delights. Sometimes the hardest words to utter are, "I'm sorry." Pride stands in the way, whispering that admitting fault is weakness. But the act of sincere apology can heal wounds that have festered for years. Extend this humility, even if you believe your share of the blame is small. This doesn't mean devaluing yourself. It means valuing the relationship and the peace that comes with reconciliation. When apologies flow from both sides, harmony is restored in a way that passive avoidance can never achieve. Let me guide you in timing and approach, ensuring that your words are genuine and your actions match your intent. Pay attention not just to what you say outwardly, but to how you speak to yourself in silence. Thoughts like, "I'll never succeed," "I'm worthless," or "no one cares about me," have a way of becoming self-fulfilling if repeated often enough. Challenge these thoughts. Counter them with the truth. You are capable, you are worthy of love, and your presence matters. If you struggle with negative self-talk, practice daily affirmations based on the loving reality I have for you. Over time, these new narratives will reshape your self-concept, leading to healthier decisions and richer relationships. Doors will open before you. Some may seem too big or daunting, but don't let fear keep you from stepping through. If you feel a tug in your heart indicating that an opportunity aligns with your passions and values, move forward courageously. Even if you feel underqualified, remember that faith isn't about having every skill in place. It's about trusting that what you lack can be learned or provided along the way. Commit yourself to growth, invest in learning, and watch how each step propels you further into the life that has been waiting for you. Practicing generosity isn't limited to finances. It includes time, kindness, encouragement, and a listening ear. As you sow these gifts into the lives of others, you'll find that your own life expands, your capacity to love increases, and your perspective shifts from scarcity to abundance. Even a small act, like sharing a meal or writing a note of gratitude, can ripple out in ways you never anticipated, touching hearts and igniting hope. Generosity creates community, fosters empathy, and reminds you that the world is larger than your individual worries. Your children, or the younger ones in your life, watch how you handle stress, how you respond to conflict, how you treat strangers. If they see you turning to love and faith in times of hardship, That lesson will stay with them longer than any lecture. Show them that resilience is possible, that kindness matters, that spiritual wisdom is more than a set of rules. It's a living, breathing relationship that enriches every part of life. Through your example, they can inherit a legacy of hope, one that they will carry forward into a world in need of light. Shame can be a powerful prison, convincing you that you are beyond redemption. But shame is a liar. You are not the sum of your lowest moments or darkest thoughts. You are cherished and have the capacity to learn from your mistakes rather than be crushed by them. Acknowledge your wrongdoings, learn what they have to teach you, and then release them. Carry the lesson, not the burden. In doing so, you reclaim the freedom to walk confidently into a future unshackled by guilt. Modern life often isolates people behind screens and busy schedules, yet you thrive when you're part of a supportive community, a group of people who celebrate your joys and stand by you in sorrows. Seek out gatherings, whether in spiritual circles, volunteer groups, or simply a network of caring friends. Share your heart openly, allowing others to share theirs. This mutual exchange of empathy knits hearts together, forming a safety net that can catch you when life's trials threaten to overwhelm. When you stand together, you reflect the unity and fellowship your soul craves. Prayer need not be complicated or formal. It is simply a conversation with me, an expression of your heart's deepest feelings. You can speak aloud or silently, write your thoughts in a journal, or even sing them in a melody. What matters is sincerity. In prayer, you position yourself to receive insight, reassurance, and the peace that surpasses understanding. Even if you do not immediately sense a response, trust that I hear you, and that your humble request for help or guidance never goes unnoticed. Not all family members or friendships will transform overnight. Some conflicts may persist or even worsen before they improve. In these cases, hold on to hope, but also exercise wisdom. Respect the boundaries needed to keep yourself emotionally healthy. Continue to pray for healing, for perspective, and for the courage to do your part in reconciliation. Remember that sometimes the seeds of change take root in silence, sprouting when the time is right. Your love, patience, and faith can be the nurturing soil they need. Make a habit of regular introspection. Reflect on your day, your reactions, and your emotional states. This is not to wallow in shortcomings, but to understand the patterns that shape your behavior. Look for areas where you can grow, perhaps more patience when you're stressed, more empathy when you're tired, or more courage when you're afraid. Celebrate the improvements you notice, no matter how small. As you become more self-aware, you'll be better equipped to navigate challenges with grace and prevent harmful cycles from repeating. You have a distinctive role to play in the world. Your combination of humor, sensitivity, creativity, and determination has never existed before and will never exist again in exactly the same way. Stop comparing your journey to others. Instead, harness your unique traits to bring love and light to the corner of the world you inhabit. When you accept yourself wholeheartedly, you become an unstoppable force of goodness, ready to fulfill the purpose that only you can achieve. Maybe life's difficulties have stolen your joy. There was a time you laughed easily, but now you find it difficult to smile. Let me assure you, joy can return. It might start small, perhaps in a simple moment of gratitude, or a spark of laughter shared with a friend. Fan this spark by consciously focusing on the blessings in your life, practicing gratitude, and engaging in activities that refresh your spirit. Joy is not a denial of pain. It is a triumphant statement that pain does not have the final word. As you move forward, do not be dismayed if old struggles resurface. Growth is not always a straight line. Sometimes you will make 3 steps forward and then 1 step back. But take heart, you are still moving ahead. Each challenge that reappears is an opportunity to apply what you've learned. Look how far you have already come. The fact that you are still reading, still seeking, and still yearning for a deeper connection speaks volumes about your resilience and your desire to live a life shaped by love and compassion. Your schedule may be packed, and your responsibilities numerous. But I encourage you to carve out small pockets of quiet, moments where you can pause, breathe, and sense that deeper presence guiding you. In these still intervals, solutions often come to mind, and anxieties lose their power. It's in the quiet that clarity dawns and hope reignites. Do not underestimate these silent spaces. They are places of communion where your soul can realign with the love that sustains all life. Loneliness can creep in during the darkest hours, convincing you that no one understands or cares. But remember, you are never truly alone. Lean into the simple but profound truth that I see and cherish you. Reach out if you can. Send a message to a friend, attend a gathering, or join a support group. Sharing your struggles can break the spell of isolation. And when human connection seems scarce, let this message remind you that a higher love still surrounds you, longing to console your weary heart. The impact you make today extends far beyond your own lifetime. Your children, grandchildren, or even those you mentor carry pieces of your influence into the future. By nurturing a strong moral and spiritual foundation, you shape a legacy that can outlast you. Imagine how one act of guidance, one heartfelt conversation, or one consistent example of integrity can echo through generations. Your faithfulness becomes a gift to those who will follow, a beacon, lighting their path long after you have completed your journey here. I want you to remember the essence of everything shared. You are loved, you are seen, and you are called to a life of greater peace and purpose. Embrace these words. Let them sink into your spirit. Allow them to spark the changes you have been contemplating. Do not place them on a shelf to gather dust. Instead, read them again when doubt resurfaces. Let them remind you that hope is always available and that transformation is a daily choice. Though you may not hear my voice audibly every second, I am still right here, ready to guide, to comfort, and to celebrate with you. In your triumphs, feel my delight. In your struggles, trust my support. In your joy, share my love. In your sorrow, lean on my compassion. This communion doesn't end with the last word on this page. It continues every moment you choose to open your heart. Keep coming back to me day after day. Even when words fail and your soul can only sigh, I understand. Rest assured, I am always listening. As we part from this written conversation, take a moment to reclaim who you truly are. You are not defined by worldly measures of success or by the scars of your past. You are infinitely valued, forgiven, and embraced by a love that surpasses all comprehension. Remind yourself of this truth whenever you feel insignificant or burdened by regrets. Let it inspire you to walk confidently, to act compassionately, and to speak words that bring life. You carry a radiance within that the world desperately needs. Let it shine. Consider this your daily invitation. Tomorrow, when you open your eyes to greet the morning light, carry these words with you. Let them shape your first thoughts. I am loved, I am guided, and I have a hopeful future. Walk into your responsibilities anchored in that conviction. And if at any point the stresses of life attempt to crowd out your peace, pause, breathe, whisper a simple prayer. Help me remember the truth of who I am. Allow peace to return, reminding you that you are part of something far greater than you can see with your eyes. When the night comes and the shadows deepen, wrap yourself in the comfort of these assurances. Your bed can be a place of rest, not just physically, but spiritually. Let your final thoughts be ones of gratitude and trust, even if the day was tough. Let your worries drift away, visualizing them as paper boats carrying your troubles down a gentle stream, disappearing into the horizon of my faithful care. Sleep knowing that I watch over you, that every breath you take is precious, and that each new morning holds the potential for beautiful surprises. I conclude this message by pouring out a blessing over your life. May your mind be filled with clarity, your heart with courage, and your spirit with unshakable peace. May your home radiate warmth, your relationships grow in understanding, and your daily tasks be approached with a spirit of gratitude. May you find laughter in unexpected places, comfort in the arms of true friends, and purpose in every challenge that arises. Above all, may you never forget that you are deeply cherished and eternally supported. Hold on to faith, because faith is the power that bridges your hopes to reality. Without faith, you risk drowning in despair. With it, you find the strength to swim in the deepest waters, always spotting a shore of promise in the distance. Even if your faith is as small as a tiny seed at first, nurture it. Feed it with truth, water it with perseverance, and allow it to grow into a mighty tree that offers shade to many. As you do so, you will witness how faith transforms not just your personal life, but the lives of all who cross your path. Envision this moment as an embrace, a spiritual hug that wraps you in warmth and security. In that closeness, you can almost feel the steady rhythm of a heart beating with unconditional love for you. This love knows no bounds, neither time nor space. As you step away from this written encounter, take with you the assurance that the embrace continues long after you finish reading. You remain held, guided, and forever loved. Walk forward from here in the glow of new confidence. Speak your truths with kindness and compassion. Share what you have learned, not in a spirit of condemnation, but in a spirit of invitation. Your journey has equipped you with insights that others need to hear. Do not hide them. Be a beacon that testifies to the reality of renewal. Demonstrate through your actions, your patience, and your unwavering hope that a transformed life is possible. This is how you honor the love that has been so freely given to you. Before we part, I place an abiding peace in your heart. This peace will remain, though you might temporarily lose sight of it if fear returns. Yet know that it is always within reach. Whenever you feel frazzled or undone, remember this moment. Recall the promise of peace that stands firm through every trial. Cling to it, allow it to quiet your anxieties, and let it become your compass when the world around you feels chaotic. This blessing extends beyond just you. May every member of your household feel the ripple effect of the hope and assurance that has filled you today. Let them notice a gentler tone in your voice, a kinder light in your eyes, and a deeper calm in your presence. Through you, let them sense the stirrings of something divine, prompting them to open their hearts as well. Your home can become a beacon for neighbors, friends, and loved ones, a place where grace abides and acceptance flows freely. Look to the horizon of your future with anticipation. Imagine new opportunities, reconciled relationships, and joyous celebrations of milestones yet to come. Even if obstacles lie along the way, you are equipped to face them. Each challenge will add to your strength, each victory to your gratitude. Lean into the knowledge that you do not walk this path by chance. There is intention, a guiding hand, and a reservoir of love that replenishes your spirit day after day. These words I leave with you are not meant to fade into the background of your memory. They are intended to live in your heart, to be recalled when life feels uncertain, or when joy overflows and you want to share it with someone. Treat them as a companion, a friendly voice that whispers, "Keep going. You are cherished. Believe in the possibilities." Whenever you open your heart to listen, these words will resonate anew, infused with the same love that inspired them from the beginning. Now, as you have been comforted, go and offer comfort. As you have been forgiven, go and forgive. As you have been blessed, go and bless. This is how love multiplies. Do not worry about whether your offerings are perfect. Sincerity, compassion, and humility are more valuable than flawless execution. In your willingness to serve, you will discover that the greatest reward is the growth of your own soul, the expansion of your capacity to love. And you will find joy in knowing that you are part of a larger plan, woven into a great story of redemption and hope. Your story is sacred. Every chapter, whether filled with laughter or tears, contributes to the depth and richness of who you are. Honor your journey by acknowledging how each moment has shaped your resilience and your empathy. Recognize your scars, not as disfigurements, but as symbols of victories over adversity. Let your experiences inspire you to extend compassion to others in similar situations. In this way, your story becomes a testament that helps heal and encourage. You might fear that you will lose this sense of closeness once you return to daily obligations, but the channel between us remains open as long as you keep your heart receptive. In fleeting seconds of the day, a pause at a traffic light, a quiet moment at work, or the hush before sleep, you can reconnect. Breathe. Remember my devotion to you, and let your heart be renewed. This consistency in small moments is often more transformative than occasional grand gestures. It's in these simple, daily interactions that you truly learn the depth of our bond. Let your life be a living thank you. When you rise each morning, let gratitude frame your thoughts. Gratitude for breath, for another chance, for the people in your life, for the lessons that shape you. Gratitude unlocks joy. It awakens your senses to the beauty that often goes unnoticed. It keeps your heart anchored in positivity, warding off the despair that tries to creep in. Make gratitude your daily companion, and you'll find that challenges become more bearable and blessings shine even brighter. Finally, accept that you are wonderfully made, equipped with unique strengths and the capacity to overcome weaknesses. Your potential stretches far beyond what you currently see. Believe in the slow, steady work happening beneath the surface of your life. Each hurdle you conquer, each insight you gain, and each compassion you show weaves together a masterpiece of purpose and grace. Though you cannot always see it, trust that there is a remarkable design unfolding in you. Now is the time to stand up with courage. Life might test you, but nothing can extinguish the flame of hope you carry unless you allow it. Speak truths that uplift, make choices that align with integrity, and treat others with the same love you have received. Courage isn't the absence of fear. It is the decision to act in spite of fear. So take one step, and then another. Before you know it, you'll have climbed mountains you once thought insurmountable. As you grow in love and understanding, you will find companions on this journey, people who share your desire for wholeness and compassion. Unite with them, share your stories, pray together, support each other in moments of weakness, and celebrate one another's victories. Community amplifies the good within us. It's a place where shared burdens become lighter and collective joy becomes greater. In unity, there is power to change not just individual lives, but entire communities, radiating hope where it's needed most. Feel the hush of peace settle gently over you as these words draw to a close. Let your heart exhale, releasing any remaining tension or worry. You have been reminded of truths that stand outside of time. Keep them close. They are your shield against despair and your compass toward joy. Whenever doubt creeps in, revisit these assurances. They will be here, echoing through your spirit, carrying you forward. You are free to step into the next phase of your life with renewed hope. Walk with confidence, serve with passion, and rest in the knowledge that love surrounds you. Nothing can separate you from that love when you choose to embrace it wholeheartedly. Go forth then, beloved soul, with a spirit unburdened and a heart alive with expectation. Carry these words as a banner of encouragement over your life, and may you find that each day ushers in fresh reasons to say, I am grateful, I am growing, and I am never alone. Amen.